Hebrews chapter 10. For the law, having a shadow of the good things to come, not the very image of the things, can never, with the same sacrifices year by year, which they offer into the continual, make perfect them that draw near. Else would they not have ceased to be offered, because the worshippers, having been once cleansed, would have had no more consciousness of sins. But in those sacrifices there is a remembrance made of sins, year by year. For the blood of bulls and goats is unable to be cutting off sins. For what reason, when he cometh into the world, he saith, Sacrifice and offering thou wouldst not, but a body didst thou prepare for me. In whole burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hadst no pleasure. Then said I, Lo, I am come. In the scroll of the book it is written of me, to do thy will, O God. Saying above, sacrifices and offerings, and whole burnt offerings, and sacrifices for sin, thou wouldst not, neither hadst pleasure therein, the which are offered according to the law. Then hath he said, Lo, I am come to do thy will. He taketh away the first, that he may establish the second, by which will we have been sanctified through the offering of the body of Yeshua anointed once for all. And every priest indeed standeth day by day, serving and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices, the which can never fully remove sins. But he, when he had offered one sacrifice for sins into the continual, sat down at the right hand of the God, henceforth expecting till his enemies be made the footstool of his feet. For by one offering he hath perfected into the continual the ones being sanctified. And the Holy Spirit also beareth witness to us, for after he hath said, This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, saith Lord Yahweh. I will put my laws on their heart, and upon their mind also will I write them. Then saith he, And their sins and their lawless deeds will I remember no more. Now where remission of these is, there is no more offering for sin. Having therefore, brothers, boldness into the entryway of the holy places, by the blood of Yeshua, by the way which he dedicated for us, a freshly slaughtered and living way, through the veil, that is to say, his flesh, and having a great priest over the house of the God, let us draw near with a true heart in fullness of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience, and having our body washed with pure water. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope, that it waver not, for he is faithful that promised. And we should be attentively considering each other into the provocation of mindful love and of good works, not forsaking the gathering together of ourselves, as the custom of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day drawing near. For if we sin wilfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more a sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful expectation of judgment, and a fierceness of fire, which shall devour the adversaries. A man that hath set at naught Moshe's law dieth without compassion on the word of 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much worse punishment, think ye, shall he be judged worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of the God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and insulted the Spirit of the grace? For we know him that said, Vengeance belongeth to me, I will recompense. And again, Lord Yahweh shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. But be ye reminding yourselves of the former days, in which, after ye were enlightened, ye endured a great conflict of sufferings, partly being made a gazing stock both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly becoming partakers with them that were thus used. For ye both had compassion on them that were in bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your possessions, knowing that ye have for yourselves a better possession, and an abiding one. Cast not away therefore your boldness, which hath great recompense of reward. For ye have need of hopeful perseverance, that having done the will of the God, ye may receive the promise. For yet a very little while he that cometh shall come, and shall not tarry. But my righteous one shall live by firm faithfulness. And if he withdraw himself, my soul hath no pleasure in him. But we are not of withdrawal into destruction, but of firm faithfulness into preservation of soul.